Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jay Lerone. I'm back again, and I just want to talk to you guys real quick. I want to drop a quick video. Um, I remember when Kevin Samuels used to talk about, you can't let women, you can't have women, they can't be left up with it. They can't be left with their own devices. Basically, what he was saying. You know, when you leave women up to their own devices, not nothing good comes of it. Basically, he talked about especially with money and finances and things like that. Basically, women when they left their own devices is chaos. Basically, is what happens. I'm going to drop a quick video that shows a woman who was left with some money and how she squandered it. I don't know if you guys heard about Aaron Hernandez. His fiance, he had left her some money, before he deleted himself. He left a trust fund for his daughter, and his baby's mama or his fiance was in charge of it. And in this video, you want to see how she basically just messed up the money, spending on just squandered the money, just buying all type of stuff. But that's what happens. So real quick, I'm just going to drop this video and let you guys see how she did that, and you guys just let me know what you think about it. This is a video with the Crimson Cure. She had done a quick video about it, so I'm gonna let you guys see that. And okay, let's get into it.
Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your host, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So what we got for you today is we're going to talk about Shayana Jenkins Hernandez. Now, this is the girlfriend or the ex-girlfriend of Aaron Hernandez, the NFL player that got convicted of murder and then got sentenced, but then he deleted himself while he was in prison. It was a whole big thing, I think in 2016 or 2017 or something like that. It was a whole big scandal because Aaron Hernandez was a big name. He played for the Patriots, in the Tom Brady wonder years. He was the other side. He was the other weapon beside Gronk. For those of you who know football, I know a lot of my audience is men, so y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. But it was a super high profile case. It was really shocking for a lot of people because it kind of came like out of the blue. Well, the girlfriend had a baby by Aaron. Okay, now the reason I'm going into who Aaron was is because he was with the Patriots during those years where they were winning Super Bowls and stuff, and he was not a slouch at all. So it wasn't like he was a bench rider or second or third string where he wasn't making a lot of money as a first stringer and at the top of his game, one of the top in his position at that time. He was making a substantial amount of money, playing football until that case hit. So he was basically, he had money. He wasn't like on one of those rookie contracts or low ball contracts. He was being paid top money for his position. So when he got convicted and then he deleted himself, he had no will or anything like that in his estate because Shayana was not his legal wife. His estate and things like that went to his young daughter that he had with her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read an article to you guys to catch you up because this is a lot. Okay, we're going to see the single Black mother fail her children when she don't even got a fellow. So, I mean, a little girl and already gonna have it hard because of who her father is or was, and this chick making it worse. So, okay, go ahead and I'm gonna make this bigger so you guys can see it. All right, gym fees, online shopping, bounce checks. Ex-fiance of Aaron Hernandez accused of misspending money meant for couple's young daughter. The fight started in September when Shayana Jenkins Hernandez said she couldn't afford the $10,697 bill for her daughter's dance lessons. So the former fiance of disgraced New England Patriots star Aaron Hernandez asked a court-appointed trustee to pay the bill from a trust fund that had been set up for their daughter AVL after Hernandez died by self-deletion while in prison for a murder in 2017. But the trustee, attorney David Schwartz, said no. By his calculations, Jenkins Hernandez already was receiving a separate source of funds outside the trust. $150,000 a year or more from Hernandez's NFL pension and security and Social Security that was supposed to pay for the 10-year-old's daily expenses. So what this is saying is that the trust fund was something separate from the NFL pension and Social Security. Okay? Or I guess we can read it that the source of money for the fund was his pension and his Social Security, okay? To pay for the 10-year-old's daily expenses. He couldn't imagine why she needed more. Then Schwartz reviewed how Jenkins Hernandez had been spending the money, more than $36,000 on clothing, including maternity wear, because she got pregnant again by somebody else, right? After all of this went down. Almost $40,000 on home goods, $25,000 shopping online, $11,000 in self-care, including gym fees and visits to hair and nail salons. There is reason to question whether the expenditures were for AVL's benefit, said attorney Robert O'Regan, who is representing Schwartz in the court dispute. To be fair, this little girl should have a decent life with what her father left for her. No one would complain if there were reasonable expenses. We're talking about over-the-top or otherwise unrelated expenses to AVL, or is it AVL? Anyway, I'm sorry. Now, Schwartz and Jenkins Hernandez are locked in a battle over who controls the money that remained after the death of Hernandez, who hanged himself in prison after being convicted of murdering Odin Lloyd, the boyfriend of Jenkins Hernandez's sister. Just a few days before his death, Hernandez has been acquitted of a separate double murder in the South End. When Schwartz declined to pay AVL's dancing bill, Jenkins Hernandez promptly asked a Bristol County probate judge to remove him as trustee, arguing that he was potentially forcing the child to give up her favorite extracurricular activity. Jenkins Hernandez, who gave birth to a second daughter by another man in 2018, insists she hasn't improperly spent money and the money from the trust fund should be available when she needs it. Mind you, when she needs it. Since Aaron's death, my sole focus has been raising and providing as stable a life for my children as possible, wrote Jenkins Hernandez in an email to the Globe. All monies I have spent have been with this singular focus in mind, and this will continue to be our focus going forward. Only problem is his money not for that second kid. That second kid don't have nothing to do with that trust, and the money actually should not be spent on that second child, not his. It's being spent on this child because this child is biologically his. You need to be getting a job and taking care of any subsequent children that you have. But we go, that's too much like right. Her lawyer, Stephen Withers, called the controversy much ado about nothing. What Shayana has done is focus on her children. Any allegation or any insinuation that she's spending money inappropriately or for any other purpose is absolutely false. Right. But Schwartz in court paper said Jenkins Hernandez appears to have broken the rules, and he has asked that she be removed as AVL's conservator, a court appointment that allowed her to set up the trust fund Schwartz now administers. If she loses that role, a new conservator would receive Hernandez's pension and Social Security checks and decide how the money should be spent. The downfall of Aaron Hernandez was one of the most shocking in American sports history, as the Patriots star tight end was revealed to be a brutal killer, exposing an ugly underside of the NFL. The Boston Globe Spotlight team found that Hernandez had long been prone to wild mood swings and sudden violence. After this, his brain showed signs of chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE, which can be caused by repeated blows to the head. But the warning signs were overlooked as long as he was catching touchdown passes. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing this screen. Here's the deal. So we got all of the details of the money. She had a source of funds. which was the trust fund or whatever. And she's spending it. She's mismanaging and misusing that money for that child. She's going to misuse all of that money. She's going to spend all of that money, and that baby going to get 18 and not have nothing. Okay? That's what that's about to be. Because she wants to maintain the lifestyle that she was experiencing while she was with Aaron and when he was alive and playing football. Only problem is you don't make millions of dollars a year in contract. So you can't upkeep and maintain that lifestyle. I don't know why you didn't have that trust fund. You were supposed to be managing that and increasing it if possible. Go and get you a regular job. Go and take care, move out of the little mansion or big home or wherever y'all was at. Go get a modest home or a nice apartment, move into a decent area, get you a job, and take care of your kids. And I don't know why that's so hard. But like I said, she's trying to stunt, she's trying to floss, she's trying to go this place and that place and do this thing and do that thing. You know what I'm saying? And she's trying to basically be this this chick, this boss chick. You know what? I thought I was finished with the article, but I'm not. Let me go back because I thought I was at the end of it. Let me go back because I thought this was the end. Okay. Jenkins Hernandez, who started dating Hernandez when both was in high school in Bristol, Connecticut, testified as a prosecution witness during the murder trial, but has insisted her fiance was innocent. She told jurors that the day after the murder of Lloyd, she removed the box from the couple's 7,100 square foot North Attleboro home. See, 7,100 square feet, that's huge. That is a huge place. Okay? I'm going to skip it down a little bit. Nothing could bring back the high-flying lifestyle she once knew. At one point, according to court documents, her daughter AVL was receiving public assistance. And because Jenkins Hernandez and Hernandez was never married, he died without a will. Any assets would go to AVL, his sole heir, not to her. Jenkins Hernandez does not have a job either, according to her attorney. Even so, the settlement of Hernandez's estate, including the sale of their North Attleboro mansion, brought Jenkins Hernandez some financial stability. The trust administered by Schwartz paid for her current Rhode Island home. So they paid for a home and all related expenses. So you got your living expenses as well as AVL school tuition. So that's taken care of. That's all you need. Separately, Jenkins Hernandez directly receives Hernandez's pension and Social Security payment, right? Although Schwartz said those funds too are supposed to be spent exclusively for the benefit of her daughter. As a conservator for her daughter, Jenkins Hernandez was supposed to file annual disclosures for the last several years as to how she was spending the money. But in court papers, Schwartz says she only recently began submitting them. Schwartz was shocked by what he saw on the expenditure forms, tens of thousands in what he called questionable expenses, such as $4,800 in charges at Harrods. Harrods is expensive. That seemed to benefit her more than her daughter. She made almost $30,000 in ATM withdrawals and paid $13,000 in bank charges, mostly overdraft. So you just spending heedlessly and recklessly. There is every reason to question whether and how Jenkins Hernandez is applying the significant resources that should be available to pay for AVL's daily needs, including dance lessons, especially since all of her basic housing, security, and educational expenses are paid from the trust. Exactly. Schwartz was particularly concerned that Jenkins Hernandez reported spending $39,000 on education, including $3,700 for Bay Path University, a private university in Western Massachusetts. AVL is not in college, wrote O'Regan, and her school bills are already paid for. Jenkins Hernandez also spent $12,000 on something called Ask My Accountant. Neither Jenkins Hernandez nor her lawyer would explain what this is or discuss any of the specific expenditures. I filed the accountings on her behalf and feel comfortable they were appropriate, Withers said. Questions can be answered. Everything she has done has been wholly appropriate, and I look forward to this matter being beneficially resolved and this distraction put behind her. All right? So I don't need to, It says down here, currently the fund contains $700,000. Really? $700,000? That's what you done dwindled it down to? I don't know what it was before, but it had to be more than that. It had to be $1 million at minimum, or in excess of that. You spent in excess. Right? Anyway, let me stop, because that really is the end of the article. And this is why Black single mothers are the failures of the community.
So as you can see, Shayana Jenkins Hernandez was basically misusing the funds that was given to her daughter from Aaron Hernandez. He had set up a trust so Shayana could get $150,000 a year. Plus she was getting his Social Security and pension. So with all that money coming in, you mean to tell me you still have to have you paying bank fees because you've overdrawn your account? Now, that's just another story of how women misuse funds, of how when women don't have, men to guide them, especially in the finance department, of how they overspend. Women are consumers. They're going to spend a lot of money, especially if they don't have anybody or a man in the home to direct their spending. You know what I mean? So it's like Kevin said, you can't leave women up to their own devices, because they're gonna misuse them. They're gonna make mistakes, and they're gonna just abuse whatever that's in front of them. Now, her daughter is gonna be like, especially if she keeps on spending like this, her daughter is gonna be. She could have had a leg up because of the money if her mom would have handled it right. You know what I mean? So it's nothing to go out and get another job. With 150,000 coming in a year, plus pension, plus Social Security, you can easily go out, find another job, or find a job, because I don't think she was working. She can go out and find a job and be able to, at least bring in another 50 or 60 grand a year. You know what I mean? So that would definitely keep you from spending that 150 plus the additional money you were getting. It's crazy how that happens. It's like they get the money, they don't want to work, but they want to spend it lavishly on things that pretty sure that she didn't need. She's spending 20 or 30 grand at Home Goods. I mean, really? What do you need from Home Goods that's going to cost that much? Especially when you sold the house that you and Aaron lived in. That house was 7,000 square feet. You sold it. So I'm pretty sure you got a decent amount of money for that. Then you bought another home in Rhode Island, which I'm pretty sure was a downsize. So I don't know what the cost of living is in Rhode Island, but I'm pretty sure with the 150 coming in plus Social Security plus pension, and if you were to get another job, yeah, I'm pretty you would have been okay in Rhode Island. From what I just thinking about it. You know what I mean? You would have been way well off, where you didn't have to go through that money like that. But again, that's just my take on it. You know what I mean? So I just believe that women, a lot of women, not all, but most of them, can't handle finances. They like to spend, they like to consume, and this is what happens when you don't pay attention to the money that you're spending. So again, that's my take on it. This is your boy Jay Larone. Y'all be good to yourself, and by all means, let's be good to one another. And I'll talk to you later. Peace out.